Yo, good morning, everybody. Frank Sachs here. Nothing I say is financial advice, entertainment purposes only. The spy is being a dirty little girl. It's so annoying. Yesterday, I bought spy calls around here, this line up here, or Friday, and it just dumped off through the day into Friday, which I even said in the morning. I said they're probably going to try to slap this thing before options expirations, and I knew that. Today probably would have been the better entry. I woke up and the SPY was back up to the same levels that it opened at yesterday and then collapsed pre market, but now RSI's through the floor. I think we're going to ride up and have a more positive day into the 430 range into close. And then hopefully Tuesday, this thing finally breaks out and breaks 432 and shoots for this gap fill that I've been talking about for a while here at 436. 436, 438, which I think we could be there before Friday. If we get there before Thursday, I'll close in the money, take my money, and run. It looks like it's setting up for that, in my opinion. What's up, Prometheus? Other than that, HE down a little bit, TMF down 2% pre market. Uh, Long term play, nothing real big going on. Just wanted to hit on the opening morning bell. We've got 8 minutes. And suddenly, you guys know I'm still banned on Twitter for about 2 more days, but suddenly all I see in my feed is AMC stuff again. And I'm not tweeting AMC, I'm not talking about AMC. It's pretty wild. So more than likely I will never buy it again. It's not worth the time and energy that's put in. I mean, if you love the stock, you love the stock, but there's people now who attacked me for years on AMC. There's people now coming out, oh man, Adam Aaron is screwing us. Oh no, this is happening. And I'm not talking like just disagreements. I'm talking people who personally attacked me, terrible. A couple other people who were trying to help folks out in the AMC movement. And the dumb thing is we had all the good ideas. We had T0, we had DRS, we had the silver dividend, and people were more worried about clout than the price of the stock. So pretty wild. Well, let's see what the peanut gallery thinks about spies today. See, this guy, spy called taken that last week. Spy 116% banger. So if he bought calls on Monday, they must have bought. They would have had to have buy here, and then close them out at close. I think this thing is forming a fucking W. Boom, 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 boom. And we're going to get a SPY breakout and we're going to get it back up to that gap fill. And I'm going to close mine by Friday. I'm pretty excited. I wish I could tweet it right now, but like I told you guys, I'm still blocked. So SPY options OI for the upcoming trade day. The theme of the day based on options is pump. That's from Swordfish Vegetable. This guy, whoever it is, guy, girl, posts some pretty good stuff. I've been following him a lot lately. Bar chart, Swordfish Vegetable, and a couple other people. But the SPY does look like it's set up for a mean W to form, which means we get back up to 430, 432, and then we have a breakout Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday into that gap fill range. So let me go get a cool, crisp, refreshing Diet Coke real quick. It's finally starting to cool down here in New Mexico. Getting that good morning chill. Loving it. Dogs are loving it. Other than that, that's all I'm playing. Space up 2%. We are creeping back up into really good ranges on space. I'm liking this uptrend we're in. It does seem like a good reversal from 157. I nailed a little bit more shares down here. Space may end up being a better play than the rest of them. But I averaged down a little more here. Space is creeping back up into this channel between 180 and we'll say 210. And there is a gap to fill here at 203. TLT again follows the bond market, US Treasuries, non-levered. TMF is the 3x lever to that. It's funny because it looks like TMF is starting to follow the SPY. It's really weird. But I do believe we're going to start a pattern on TMF of higher lows now. I think this is a reversal for a lot of stuff in the market, at least short term anyways. But we'll put a little prediction out here. Hopefully this thing bounces a new trend line with some higher lows and higher highs back into this gap fill range at 520. That would be beautiful. Where are we at now? 4 minutes till the opening bell. What else is going on? Overall, the market looks pretty rough today. Overstock just hammered, broke out at the bottom of the pennant. Should have, I was telling everybody I'm waiting for an entry point. And I was so dumb I didn't play puts on it. I don't know why. I got to start thinking, well, if I know this is going to dip and I know I'm going to try to find an entry below 17, why didn't I play puts on it, create free money into the buy? I don't know why I've been slacking on stuff like that lately. But again, I am lined up in TMF and HE really heavy, and it's more of just a patience play. So it's a little less stressful. It's a little boring, but it is a little less stressful. Which when this stuff starts reversing, oh, cool. Fidelity's down again. Lovely. There it goes. When these start all creeping back to the upsides that they're going to more than likely go back to, it's going to be a good end of the year. A nice calm play to the end of the year with some dividend money. And whether we say beginning of next year, at the end of this year, beginning of next year, decide to take profit on them or not, we'll see. If HE recovers and they bring the dividend back and we're getting a 30, 40 cent dividend, I don't see a reason not to hold it for a few years. Especially if they bring that dividend in before my 12-month tax brackets. That's going to be a big one. Other than that, I don't think I have any really big news today, so I'm not going to stream too long. We'll get to market open and hang out a little bit, which is in 1 minute. I'm hoping the SPY just rips today. I believe, it's been a little rough. We've been making some money on the short-term plays, long-term not printing anything, but I remember through all the times with the lulls in AMC and then the price spikes that coincided with the market moves, these little waiting periods, they're frustrating. But I know when I'm sitting here and nothing is happening and nothing is moving to the upside like it should be, that's the market trying to psych you out. I've been through it so many times. Like, this is what I call the waiting room. Like, we're in the waiting room right now. and it seems like you're never going to leave the waiting room, and then suddenly, boom. Here we go. Open. Come on, SPY, do us a favor today. You know you want to go up. Let's chart out what we were talking about earlier. What time frame were we on where I was seeing that W? Oh, this is HE, that's why. There we go. All right, this is what I'm thinking. And then we gap up. I think she's going to W. I hope. This is what I think, though. I think she's going to W. RSI is really low. We rip today into close. We get back up to these lines. And usually with those W's, you have a little breakout. We gap fill 434, 436. And then it's going to get ugly. We either gap fill and then get smoked again. I would say gap fill. Oops. I don't want to move it like that. Gap fill, and then we get smoked back down to support, which is here, in my opinion. And then maybe a big rip to the upside. Or we gap fill and they just crush the market. More than likely, I'm going to go ahead and guess that in the gap fill, this thing is just going to just tank down to 419. I don't think this pattern's, maybe it completes. Maybe we get a huge run off this gap fill up to the top resistance and start the cycle all over again. So what I think I'm going to do is if we gap fill and this prints by Friday and I take that money, I'm going to start looking at puts in this range, possibly short-term puts. And if we come down and we tag this support, I'll cash out and then watch and see if there's any upside resistance. But I won't buy anything again unless it hits this upper resistance line. And if it does, if it hits this upper trend line, I'm going so heavy on puts for this gap fill down to 419. It could, the problem is it could gap fill here and just plummet. It's like a war of the gaps right now on the SPY. Come on, baby. Let's go SPY. Go up, gap fill, complete the gap. Tired of this shit. And it needs to do it before Friday. SPY calls got destroyed yesterday, which is really sad because this morning, if it would have opened at 4:30 and ran, I'd be up right now big time. But if I would have waited one more day and I knew it, yeah, Friday when I said, I was like, man, I bet they ripped this thing before close. I should have been more patient and just waited because I knew the RSI was still a little high. So, but we'll see. Pretty lame day for TMF, HE. HE, the hearing went really well. I think the news was very good for Hawaiian Electric. The stock didn't move at all. Sup, it really sounds like everyone is about to quietly back out of Ukraine. Yeah. Watch the national and local news all weekend on HE updates, nothing except interviews. Yeah. HE's fine. Hawaiian Electric, in my opinion, they hold no blame in what happened. I think everybody knows it. I think the government realized that, oh, we've got most of our islanders are invested in the electric company and it's backed by the federal government, and the local government is realizing that they're the ones who screwed up. So I believe HE will eventually go back. It's not a short-term catalyst type event. I'm not seeing it. I think what's going to happen is they'll go to court. HE will be found that they're not responsible, or they'll just settle. But the big thing is when HE reinstitutes their dividends, this thing will rock. Maybe they come back out and say, okay, we're going to reinstitute a 70-cent dividend and blah, 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 blah. which would be good. Not 70 cent, a 20 cent, like a 20-cent dividend, and then work its way back up to the 35. And I can hold through that as the price comes back up into the ranges it was, because with what's going on lately, they're going to come back and they're going to make money and things are going to get better. It's just there's no other electric company that's going to fill in for Hawaiian Electric. I mean, they're established on the island. Let's go, SPY. Come on, SPY. Sucks because if I would have bought in this morning, watching this chart yesterday or Friday before close, or this morning, I would be rocking right now. So now I'm just playing catch up. I need this to come back up to 430 to be basically maybe up 5%. So it does look like it's going to be a good day. I'm going to go play some video games. I'm hoping this thing closes around here, 430, 432 range. And then we gap up in the morning and it prints and I can make a little bit of money on it. Not what I wanted. I just called it a little too early. But remember, guys, my big thing here is are we going to oscillate and correct and come back up to these ranges up here to this upper trend in this channel, which we very well could. This SPY could come and rip all the way back up. And if we do, I'm going super put heavy. I'm talking like I'm going to put $5,000 on puts and wait for this thing to gap down to 419. So other than that, again, no news on HE, no news on TMF. It's all just waiting for big reversals, waiting for market mechanics. Again, you guys have the the news on Congress yesterday. Democrats accused of knowingly lying about Biden tax pledge. Let's see. UAW workers and Mack trucks reach tentative deal. That's good. See. I haven't been watching the Congress session. I know that clown pulled the fire alarm. Futures rise as U.S. Congress averts government shutdown. Wall Street Index futures kicked off October on a positive note. That's good. This is a key indicator and in a good case for a good recovery on the SPY today. I think we're going to flutter around and then we're going to get, dude, that guy should be in jail. That was an intentional move to try to force the situation. It's stupid. But again, with that on the table, funding to continue. We're in a W formation across the 3-day period. SPY should go rippy rip. And I think we're going to move for that gap fill finally. I was a little early on it, but we still can make a lot of money if it does. That would be a good 200%, 100%, 200%, something like that. If this thing hits 432 by tomorrow, close the put, take the cash, 50% into the bank account, then watch the SPY initially or potentially. And I'm going to start looking today before this move does happen to see if anybody thinks we are going to break out of that gap fill or not. I think we gap fill and then that's it. Let's see who's tweeting, who's talking. 426 call. Daily SPY plan calls 428.10.2 on combined break of 428 resistance. 430. I think everybody's being way too shallow on resistance on this. Maybe the daily on the 5-minute, maybe we get that resistance here. 430-ish because of the W. But if we do come in and form the W, it goes a little sideways and we hit that and we have a breakout. W's usually break out to the next higher. Even if we get to 432, I'm going to be sitting happy. I'll hold my call through to Wednesday, and this thing will probably gap up in the morning, and we start looking at those gap fill ranges, which is going to be delicious. Yeah, if I would have waited till this morning, even though we were talking about it yesterday, if I would have got in yesterday or waited till this morning, my calls would be way in the money right now. So we missed it by a day. That sucks. Look, I'm not even getting half of my tweets from people that I follow. I've been seeing the same stuff with me being suspended. I'm seeing the same stuff nonstop. I'm not seeing anything new. So maybe we can go pull the fire alarm on the NYC. I don't recommend that. They wouldn't care anyways. They would use it to their advantage. Nvidia is acting unbelievably strong in the face of rates and dollar price action. I feel a stock split incoming. Yeah, Nvidia would be smart to do a split at this point in time with how high the price is. Dollar up, yields up, stocks up. Yeah, somebody's lying here. I agree with that. How do you short the entire stock market as much as hedge funds have and banks, and you short US bonds the same or more? So now you're short everything? Doesn't make any sense. What's going to happen is as the stock market comes down and the SPY is going to these gap fill ranges, the bond market's going to have to recover. People are going to have to start buying in, and then TMF's going to come up. Shit, I didn't do shit. They probably wouldn't even let me in the front door of the NYSE. Oh, it's a Spencer guy. Fuck him. But either way, that's all I got for today, guys. I'm gonna go chill. I'm gonna relax, play some video games, play some OG Nintendo. Spy calls are starting to recover a little bit here. I think by this gap area, I think by here, I'll probably be only down like 10%, maybe at 429. So I'll come back later in the day, see what's going on. If any big news hits, I'll jump on, let you guys know. Appreciate y'all. Make sure you like the video, and I hope you guys have a good trading day. Good luck in whatever plays you're in. And again, my theory here is a big W on the SPY. In the market close, we close 430 or higher, and then we gap up tomorrow, work into Wednesday to gap fill that I always forget the number. 436 to 438 range, and that's when I'm going to cash out of the SPY calls and then take it easy for the weekend. So y'all take care. Froggy Stonks out.